Welcome to the Git and GitHub Masterclass. Get ready to elevate your programming skills and finally structure your projects like a pro developer. But before I show you how to build your GitHub repository in the right way, let me quickly remind you why you use those tools. So stay tuned to the end. In the future, you will be coding so exciting but also complicated programs like this. And if you won't store it into the versions, track changes correctly, you will get lost. And that's why we have Git and GitHub. But what is different between Git and GitHub? Imagine a situation, you have recorded a funny sketch with your friends, now you want to upload it to the platform like YouTube. This video can be seen as a Git and that platform YouTube like a GitHub. The Git is your local version control system and the GitHub is the main thing, the platform where you can collaborate with other fellow programmers. Let's move on to the hands-on tutorial. I believe that you are already using Git and GitHub a little bit, but if not, there is no problem. Just create your GitHub account and install Git. I will provide you a link with step-by-step guide how to install and set up Git. It will be the first link in the bio. Now I will show you how to create your GitHub repository for any project correctly. And then we will be uploading, in other words, pushing your code from your local computer to that GitHub repository. First of all, go to your profile, click repositories, click on the new button. Here, enter the name of the repository. I will name it Git It Done. Git It Done. In the description you can write what is your project about and so on. I will write here YouTube, Git and GitHub Masterclass. Okay. Below the description you have two options to set your repository to private mode or let it be on the public mode. The private mode ensures that only you will be able to see the repository and the people you will invite. The public mode means that everyone will see your repository. After this, click here to add a readme file. A readme file is like more detailed description of your project, the usage of the project, the special things you included, who created the project and so on. I will show you later. The next thing is to add .ignore file. You can select the language here in which is your project written. I will select Python, and that file .ignore serve us to intentionally untrack the unnecessary files like the binary files and the files you don't want to have in your repository, because you don't want every file in your repository. It will be like a huge mess. So this will automatically ignore other files that are specified in .ignore. The last thing before creating the repository is to choose a license. Every license is different, every have their cons and pros, but I will defaultly choose the MIT license. If you are interested in more information about the licenses, use the Google. When you have everything set up, click the create repository. Here is your repository with the .ignore file, licenses and readme. In .ignore you have specified suffixes, the files you want to ignore. In the license there is a description of your license, and in the readme there will be your description, what is your project about. As you can see, the description you have entered to the repository is here, but you can edit it just by clicking the edit this file button in the right up corner. Click it and I will provide you a template for your projects. Here is the template for your readme file. This template will be available on my GitHub repositories. The link also will be in the bio. you can alter this readme. Just write here the project name, what this is about, the features, the installation, how to use it, if you can contribute there, the licenses, and who is the creator. Like for example, the licenses, if you write here a MIT license and commit the changes by clicking on this button, commit. Now you can click on the MIT license and it will open the license in your repository. It's time for the most interesting part. We will be connecting this GitHub repository to our Git locally. To do this, open the command prompt, search for the location where you wanna clone the repository. I will clone it here into the Python directory. You can copy the link like this. To the command prompt, write cd and paste the path. cd stands for change directory. Press enter. Now write git clone and copy the URL from the GitHub repository by clicking to the code button and copy the URL to clipboard. Open the terminal, paste the URL, press enter. Now you have cloned the repository to your local machine. Open your favorite editing software, press file, open folder, find that folder from that GitHub repository. I will have it in Python, Git it done, open that folder and you have successfully cloned the repository. Now you can create a new file in this repository by clicking Ctrl+N, save the file in that folder, Git it done, name it for example main.py, print, and the string will be I have successfully completed this guide and I will subscribe to a guy learning ML. Thank you. Now you have code in a file locally on your machine, but you haven't committed this code to the GitHub repository yet. Open the command prompt again, find the address of your folder where the code is stored, copy the path, paste it as the last time with the change directory, paste the path, enter. With writing git status, you will see all the untracked files. You can edit to the tracked files with git add the name of the file, but this is not done yet. You need to commit it also. If I write git status, you see the file is ready to be committed, but it is not committed yet. Write git commit -m, which stands for message, quotes, and the message of the commit, for example, final version of Rocket Simulator, enter. Now it is stored locally to your Git, but you need to also push it to the GitHub repository. Write git push -u from origin. Origin is the root of your GitHub repository, and I need to push it to main. The main is the main branch where all the commits are stored. Press enter. You can check the git status again. You see nothing to commit, everything is alright. Check the GitHub repository, refresh the page, and the main is here. I have successfully completed this guide and I will subscribe to a guy learning ML. That's all for now. If you have any questions, write them in the comments below and have a beautiful day. Peace.